Welcome to the Nerf Report. My name is Bryant Chappel. It is the final episode of 2017. The year is almost over, but we still have a ton of gaming, geek, and nerd news to talk about. On this week's episode, Ubisoft looks to change the way that you drive, America is headed back to the moon, Destiny 2's upcoming DLC expansion got leaked, and gaming is classified as an addiction. For the week of December 25th, this is the Nerf Report.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
In the world of autonomous cars, Ubisoft is finally answering the question that I think everyone is asking. If I don't have to focus on driving, what am I going to do with all my free time now? Well, Ubisoft unveiled a VR experience with Renault, in which a driver can place the VR headset on their head and be transported to another world. Because the world outside your window is ugly. It's not full of pixels or loot boxes. Yeah. I want to live in that world. The VR experience uses the car's data in real time to make each trip unique, offering you, the driver, an experience that you can't get from your couch. While we have not received a release date for the Ubisoft VR experience, I'm going to have to take a hard pass on this technology. Now, before you get all hot and bothered and head down to the comment section down below telling me that I'm making a mistake, you should probably understand that I think virtual reality is awesome. Seeing how the technology has progressed in the last 3 years alone is awesome. And I cannot wait to see how it goes in the next 5 to 10 years. That being said, there's something about sitting in the front seat of a car and trusting the car to drive, and then on top of that, you're telling me now I'm blocking my vision by wearing a VR headset. I think I could sit in the front seat and trust the car, but as soon as you take my vision away from me, that's asking a whole lot. Plus, there's the side of this that nobody's talking about. With any good technology, people just use it for porn. And I think we all know how that situation's gonna end. Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god! Destiny 2's latest DLC expansion, the Curse of Osiris, is still fresh for many gamers. However, thanks to the PlayStation Store, we know what's in store for the next DLC expansion. Destiny 2, The Gods of Mars, will send guardians to the frigid Vale of Mars, with new missions, adventures, and enemies to fight. Charlemagne has rewoken on Mars and has imprisoned Rasputin within an ancient vault. Guardians must work with the elusive Anna Bray in order to combat Charlemagne's remnants, free Rasputin, and uncover the secrets of Clovis Bray. The DLC description has since been removed from the PlayStation Store, but thanks to Reddit user God of Mars Leak, we have those photos for you in all their glory. Destiny 2's DLC, The God of Mars, is scheduled for March of 2018. Quick question for you, are you addicted to gaming? Now, be careful how you answer that one, because the World Health Organization has classified gaming disorder on the current draft of the 11th International Classification of Disease Guidelines. According to the draft, gaming disorder is characterized by a pattern of persistent or recurrent gaming behavior, which may be online or offline, manifested by impaired control over gaming, increasing priority given to gaming to the extent that gaming takes precedence over other life interests and daily activities, and continuation or escalation of gaming despite the occurrence of negative consequences. Or in layman's terms, every gamer that I have literally ever met. Popular Science dug a little deeper into the issue, noting, an addiction doesn't have to involve drugs. An addiction is a chronic disease of brain reward, motivation, memory, and related circuitry. Basically, any substance or activity that starts to trigger your brain's reward centers, the bits that release hormones that make us feel good. When video games give you a thrill by letting you mow down an opponent or hit a new high score, they're hijacking that same brain circuitry as a shot of liquor. Even seemingly innocuous games like Candy Crush can condition users to seek out its characteristic colors and sounds, which they've come to associate with a rush of dopamine. Now, what needs to be pointed out about this disorder is that it's saying that gaming affects the individual negatively. We're not talking about an individual who streams for 4 hours or 5 hours a day because it's their job. What we're referring to is someone who says, oh, I have homework due tomorrow, but I'm going to play a video game. My wife asked me to do the laundry and dishes, but she won't mind if I wait till tomorrow to do it because I got to finish the raid with my best friends. Hey, I really should go to the gym, but I gotta go crush some noobs on Call of Duty. Those are kind of the situations that it's referring to here. And the final part that is key here is that this is still a draft. Gaming disorder could literally disappear tomorrow. So please take everything that they are saying with a grain of salt, but I think if we really look deep at ourselves as gamers, we can admit that for some people, gaming disorder is probably something that needs to be addressed. It's been nearly 49 years since the historic day that America landed 2 men on the surface of the moon. But thanks to a new policy signed by President Donald Trump, we are going back to the moon, baby! The Space Policy Directive 1 is an order to NASA to lead an innovative space exploration program to send American astronauts back to the moon and eventually Mars. During the signing of the brand new policy, President Trump said, "We will not plant our flag and leave our footprints. We will establish a foundation for an eventual mission to Mars, and perhaps someday to many worlds beyond." The pioneer spirit has always defined America. This is a giant step towards that inspiring future and reclaiming America's proud destiny in space. Lift our eyes up to the heavens and once again imagine the possibilities waiting in those big, beautiful stars. If we dare to dream and dream big, that's what our country is doing again. And finally, we come to my favorite segment, Nerfed in 60 seconds. Every single week there's just so much news to talk about and so little time to do it, so we take all of the week's remaining news, put 60 seconds on the clock, and try to cover the rest of the news as fast as possible without passing out or dying. So with that in mind, let's put 60 seconds on the clock and go. Microsoft Poland leaked plans for Xbox One owners to get mouse and keyboard support. An online petition is asking Disney to strike The Last Jedi from official Star Wars canon, and that already has 72,000 signatures. Nintendo ARMS is getting a brand new character in the form of Dr. Coyle, but spoiler alert, this is the last free character coming to the game. Apple openly admits that they are ruining old iPhones. The creator of the television show Arrow announces that they are no longer allowed to use Deathstroke. Diablo 3's anniversary event is returning on January 1st, which, hey, that is actually tomorrow. Nintendo's 64GB memory card is delayed till 2019. Japan's Universal Studios is getting a Final Fantasy ride. Warhammer Vermintide has sold 2 million copies. PUBG has banned 1.5 million players. PlayStation Plus and Xbox Games with Gold announces their brand new games. Check out our backlog. And comic book legend Stan Lee turns 95 years old this week. Happy birthday, Stan Lee, and I think we may have gone over the buzzer. But with that, that is it for this week's episode of the Nerf Report. If you like what you saw, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, but more importantly, please share it with your friends. As always, my name is Bryant Chappel. You are you, and this has been the Nerf Report. Happy New Year. Thanks for watching.